reseller. I sell on Poshmark and eBay part-time, and today I wanted to go over my recent sales with you, how much they sold for, what the net profit is after fees and shipping, and then whether or not it's an item that you should be on the lookout for, as well as how long it took to sell these items. So the first item that we have is this Lucky brand plaid flannel shirt. It was really soft and a good cotton material, and this sold on eBay for $23 and the buyer paid $5 in shipping. The cost of goods on this one was $3, and then with shipping and fees it was $7.91. So the total profit on this item was $17.09, and this took around a month and a half to sell. I had purchased a Kitchenaid bowl, which also came with a base plate and a dough hook, and I've already sold the bowl, and now I've sold the base plate, and that sold for $12.99 plus $5 in shipping. The cost of goods on this was really low since it was combined with that bundle, and so it was 50 cents. And then with shipping and fees it was $6.17, making the total profit on this $11.32. And you know, a base plate is a little bit less common for someone to need. It's likely that they had a used machine that they bought, or maybe they had some mishaps during the holidays. And so this took 2 months to sell, but it was tiny, so easy to store. So definitely be on the lookout for parts for a Kitchenaid, because it's just such a popular brand, and it's usually lasts people a lifetime. So rather than buying a new one, they will buy parts to replace if they need to. So don't be shy in buying a broken Kitchenaid if it's at the right price, because you can part out some of the parts of the machine, like the base plate. From the Poshmark retail arbitrage buy that I had done, I sold this Lululemon white fleece pullover, and this did sell on Poshmark for $46, and the buyer paid for shipping, so that's $7.45. The cost of goods on this was $15.64, and with shipping and fees it was $16.65. So the total profit was $21.16. And so this just goes to show that you can buy arbitrage through Poshmark to resell if you feel that you're able to take pictures that show off the product better, or if you have more similar items in your closet. This is a good way to buy and resell for a good profit without even having to leave your home. This took a month to sell. I sourced these new with tag Democracy trousers with the nice tuxedo stripe from a local restore, Habitat for Humanity, and these were new with tags from Nordstrom Rack. So even though it's not a brand I've heard of before, I did feel that I would be able to sell them for more than the buy price for pants in that store. So they did sell for $19 on offer. The buyer had made an offer, and so they also paid for shipping, which was $7.45. And the cost of goods on these pants was $5, and with shipping and fees it was $11.25. So the total profit on this was a little bit lower. It was $10.20, but it only took a month to sell, so I'm happy with that return. One of my better sales from the last few weeks was this Klein cashmere and wool blend pea coat, and I saw this in a local thrift store. It was a resource store, and this was a purchase where I had bought a ton of items from the store, and so they had kind of just guessed at the prices rather than looking at the tags. I believe it was ticketed at around $11, but what happened was, since I had so many items and they didn't put the true prices on them, I just divided out all of the items from that haul and gave it a cost of goods of $2.98. And so I was really happy to pick up this coat because it was a cashmere and wool blend, and was really high quality, no damage, it was in really great condition. This sold for $84.99 and $17.95 in shipping. The cost of goods was $2.98, and with shipping and fees it was $30.64, making the total profit on this $69.32, and it took a month to sell. Before Thanksgiving I had picked up this Baby Gap Pendleton collaboration plaid shirt because I really thought it would be a great pickup for someone who is looking to do family photos for Christmas cards or for their children to wear at either Thanksgiving or Christmas. And so I was surprised with it being a Pendleton collaboration how long it took to sell. So that was a little bit of a disappointment. This is the first foray into kids clothing that I've done, so I probably won't continue unless it is another higher end piece that I find. But this sold on offer for $9.99 and the buyer paid $4 in shipping. The cost of goods was 75 cents, so it was a really low cost of goods, which is great. And with shipping and fees, it was $6, so the total profit on this was $7.24, and it took 2 months to sell. From that same haul of the Democracy pants, I also picked up this Eddie Bauer rain trench. I just thought it was a really great piece, a good staple for someone, and it was in really good condition. This sold on offer for $22.50 and the buyer paid $15.95 in shipping. The cost of goods on jackets from Restore is $5 and the shipping and fees was $16.73. So the total profit on this was $16.72, and it also took a month to sell. This next purchase was an item that I had from my personal closet, so it's been around for a long time before I started selling on Poshmark more seriously as a business, and it was this chunky knitted gray scarf. It was not branded, and it was something that I had received as a gift. So the item sold for $6 and the buyer had paid $7.45 in shipping. The cost of goods was $0 because it was a gift, and with shipping and fees it was $10.40. So the profit on this one was only $3.05. But I had it in my closet thinking that it would be a good bundle item. It did sell on its own, so not the hugest profit, but that's okay. But it did take more than a year for this to sell. So not one that I would have picked up while sourcing, but since it was an item given to me, then I am okay with the $3.05 profit. I recently relisted this Star Wars PC game set because it had been sitting in my eBay inventory for a long time, and the popularity of the item seemed to outweigh what was happening and the fact that it was sitting. So I also decreased the price when I relisted the item, and so this did sell shortly after relisting for $24.99, and I had included free shipping. The cost of goods on these two games was $1.20 from a game haul that I had done at a yard sale this summer, and with shipping and fees it was $9.04. So the total profit on this item was $14.75, and it did take 7 months to sell. These games don't take up a huge amount of space in my inventory, and so I didn't mind letting it sit. But at this point I've made a really great profit off of the games that I bought, so I'm super happy with that, and I'm almost out of the games, and so I'm excited to total up the net profit from that haul and see what I got. Both of the items that sold in this Poshmark bundle were also from that same Restore Habitat for Humanity haul. It was a pair of red cowboy boots from Franco Sarto and this red tassel sweater that I thought would be really great for the holidays. And so these did sell just in the nick of time before Christmas, and they sold for $50 for the two, and I had included free shipping as part of the bundle offer. The cost of goods between the boots and the sweater were $9, and shipping and fees was $17.45. So the total profit on these was $23.55, and it took a month for these to sell. Also from the Poshmark retail arbitrage pickup, I had this Aqua cashmere sweater with color blocking and a cable knit, so I thought it was a really nice look and style, and so I did think it would resell. It sold for $49.99 and the buyer paid $10.35 in shipping. The cost of goods on this was $15.64, and with shipping and fees it was $16.11. So the total profit on this sweater was $28.59, and it only took 6 days to sell. And so the only item left from that haul to resell, actually there's two items. There is an Alice and Olivia bucket hat, which I have not listed yet. I am waiting more towards spring to list that. And also the Tory Burch Riva crossbody bag, and I just listed that last night. So I'm excited to see how well that does on either eBay or Poshmark. I love picking up shoes from Merrel and selling on eBay. I always have really good luck selling Merrel, especially their more active sneakers and sandals. I sold these Merrel loafers for $22.50, and the buyer paid $10.15 in shipping. The cost of goods on this was really low. It was $2.99, and with shipping and fees it was $12.53. So the total profit on this was $17.13, and it took a month and a half to sell. I picked up these Loft trouser jeans from a local resource based on style. I have said in the past that Loft doesn't sell very quickly, but actually over the past few months I've been selling Loft quite quickly, so it is a brand that I am going to continue picking up as I am sourcing. This pair of pants sold on offer for $16, and the buyer paid $4.99 in shipping. So that was a discounted shipping from Poshmark. The cost of goods was $2.98 from that same haul where I had bought the Klein wool and cashmere coat, and with shipping and fees it was $10.65. So the total profit on this was $7.36, and it took 9 days to sell. While I was sourcing in the summer and fall, I was looking for a lot of new toys to sell for Christmas, and so I did sell this 3D puzzle before Christmas, so hopefully it was a gift and they got it on time. It sold for $49.99 and the buyer paid $11.85 with shipping, and I was surprised by that. I do think that the 3D puzzles are harder to come by and they are higher price point, so if you see some sealed 3D puzzles, I would definitely recommend picking them up if they are a lower cost of goods. I only paid $1 for this at a yard sale, and the shipping and fees was $17.85, so my total net profit on this puzzle was $42.99, and it took a month and a half to sell. I sold this leather bag in a green shade, and it was an item that I had picked up when I was first sourcing for eBay. I picked it up from a yard sale, and even though it wasn't branded, it was a low cost of goods, so I thought it would be a good item, especially for Poshmark. It did end up selling on eBay for $35, and I had included free shipping because it was sitting for quite a while. The cost of goods on this was $1, and with shipping and fees it was $20.39, so the total profit on this is $13.61. And it did take 6 months to sell, so this is not the type of item that I would pick up moving forward just because it did not have a brand. There weren't as many keywords for a buyer to use to find the bag, so that's definitely a tip, is that if you are going to sell clothing and bags, really look for brands that people are specifically looking for. Otherwise you'll have a bag like this sitting in your inventory for 6+ months. I loved these Lilly Pulitzer tumblers, and I knew they would sell quickly, and they did. They sold for $19.99 and the buyer paid $12.70 in shipping. The cost of goods on this was $3.99, and with shipping and fees it was $15.55. So the total profit on the set of tumblers was $13.15, and it took a month to sell. I like picking up college baseball caps if they are a Nike brand or a nicer, well-known brand. And so I picked up this baseball cap from Stonehill College, which I believe is in Boston, and it had the Nike branding on it as well. This sold for $15 and $5 with shipping, and the cost of goods was $3 and shipping and fees was $6.69. So the total profit on this hat was $10.31. And since it's a smaller college, it did take a little bit longer to sell, but it did sell in a little less than 2 months, so I was definitely happy with that. Another Poshmark item that sold from my personal closet that has been in my Poshmark closet for a really long time, back before I was reselling for profit. It was just my personal closet that I was selling. This scroll bead bracelet cuff had sold for $5 and the buyer also paid for shipping, which is $7.45. The cost of goods on this is $0 and with shipping and fees it was $10.40. So the total profit on this was $2.05. But since it was an item in my personal closet, I'm okay with that. I was hoping again that it would help someone to create a bundle with more items, but it did sell on its own. I picked up this crossbody braided bag from Anthropology from my local Goodwill, and this sold pretty quickly. It sold for $38 and the buyer did pay for shipping on Poshmark, so that was $7.45. The cost of goods on this was $6 and with shipping and fees it was $15.05. So the total profit on this crossbody bag was $24.40 and it took 5 days to sell. One keyword that I think helped get this out, aside from being Anthropology brand, was that it was toted as a vegan leather bag. So that is a keyword maybe to be on the lookout for and to use on your pleather or faux leather. This sale was one that I was really surprised took so long. I sold these Brooks Ghost 13 running shoes in a men's size, and they were in really good condition and were a very common size, so I'm surprised that it took a while. They did end up selling for $65 and I had included free shipping. The cost of goods on this was $3.99 and with shipping and fees it was $20.48. So the total profit was $40.53, but it took 5 months to sell, and I'm really starting to collect shoes. They are not flying off the shelves as much as I was hoping they would, so I'm definitely a lot more careful now about buying shoes and sneakers and am ready to just clear out. So I will probably be marking down some of my shoes that have been sitting for a while. I sold this pair of Gloria Vanderbilt jeans. They are not, I thought they would be a more common purchase. They were new with tags that I bought from a yard sale for a low cost of goods. They did end up selling for $13.99 and $10.35 in shipping on eBay. The cost of goods for me was 33 cents and shipping and fees was $11.84. So the total profit on these was $12.17. But it did take 2 months to sell, so this is not a brand that I will pick up anymore just because it didn't seem to have the attention that I thought it would, and it's unlikely that I'll find a low cost of goods again. I also sold this J. Crew polka dot sweater. I wouldn't normally pick this up except it did have wool content in the fabric, so I picked it up and it did sell for $17 and the buyer paid $5 in shipping. The cost of goods on this was $3 and the shipping and fees was $7.16, so the total profit was $11.84 and it took 16 days to sell. I was so excited to finally sell this Bosch power box. It was an item that my husband and I had bought early on when we were first selling on eBay, thinking that the Bosch power tool chargers were selling for a good profit, and we looked up comps and did see that this power box was selling well. However, what we did not keep in mind was that this was an older model and it did not have Bluetooth capabilities. So to play music through it, you had to either play a CD or connect to your iPhone, but I think you needed to have a cord. So this did sit for quite a while, and it did finally sell for $75, and the buyer paid $63.26 in shipping, which is likely why it sat for so long. The cost of goods on this was way too high. We paid $50, and with shipping and fees it was $56.12. So the total profit on this was $32.14, which isn't bad, but it took 4 months to sell and it was very large, so it took up a lot of room in my inventory. So this isn't an item that I'll likely pick up again unless it's a very low cost of goods. And if this is an item that you're seeing while sourcing, I would check to see if there are Bluetooth capabilities, because I do think that makes a big difference in the value of this item. From the large Lululemon haul that I had done a month or so ago, I sold this Lululemon Swiftly Tech Gray long sleeve top, and this sold on Poshmark for $55, and the buyer did pay for shipping, which was $7.45. The cost of goods on this was a bit higher since it was more like retail arbitrage, so it was $24, and with shipping and fees it was $18.45. But it sold quickly, and the total net profit on this was $20, and it sold in 23 days. So I will continue to source newer Lululemon items. I would definitely be on the lookout for any of their Define jackets or the tops that are more substantial, because they do sell more quickly and they sell for a higher profit than some of the older tank tops and leggings. So definitely be on the lookout for these Swiftly Tech tops. I've sold both the t-shirt and the long sleeve, and they do sell for a good amount of money. I would definitely look to see if you can get a lower cost of goods on these. From my personal closet, I sold this oatmeal colored fleece pullover. Again, it's been sitting in my closet for a very long time since it was a personal item from my closet. It did sell for $14, and the buyer did pay $7.45 in shipping. The cost of goods was $0, and with shipping and fees it was $10.40, making the net profit on this $11.05, but it took quite a long time for this to sell, and so it's not an item I would be on the lookout for. While Abercrombie is not a brand that sells hugely at this point in time, I was surprised that this flannel plaid did take a little bit to sell just because of the way it looked and the style of it, but it did sell for an offer of $12, and the buyer paid $7.45 in shipping on Poshmark. The cost of goods on this was $1.32, and with shipping and fees it was $10.40, making the total net profit on this long sleeve $7.73. It took 22 days to sell. Unlike the Abercrombie shirt, this Club Monaco skirt sold in 1 day, so I was very happy with this pickup even though it wasn't a substantial piece. It sold for $34, and the buyer paid $7.45 in shipping on Poshmark. The cost of goods on this was $6 from Goodwill, and with shipping and fees it was $14.25, so the total profit on this was $21.20. And that was great though, because it only sold in a day, so I didn't even need to store it. Those are all the items that sold, and I know a lot of it has been closed because that is what I've been sourcing a lot of lately. With it being winter here in Vermont, it is chilly, so there aren't any yard sales going on. The home goods that I sell on eBay do sell for a much higher profit than clothes, but it is harder for me to source home goods when it is not yard sale season. The home goods in my local Goodwill and resource stores are either a higher cost of goods or they're less sellable. So you're going to see a lot of clothes from me in the winter selling on Poshmark and eBay, and then as we move into the spring and summer months, my goal is to start making more sourcing trips for those home goods. So we'll see a change there. If you liked this video, I would love it if you could subscribe. This is a brand new channel and I am trying to grow that. It is my New Year's resolution to grow this channel, and so I would love it if you could subscribe and give this video a thumbs up so that I know that you liked it, and I will catch you on the next one.